So, after a couple of days off, I'm here to give you 5 things which I believe Rob Edwards needs to do to turn the form around at Luton. But before I do, please drop a like on today's video. Comment below what you think Rob Edwards needs to do to improve the form. And if you are new to the channel, please subscribe. So the first thing which I believe Rob needs to do to improve the form is getting us scoring goals. We're creating all these big opportunities, but we keep missing them. It's not quite clicking up top. Once it starts clicking, I can see us, the goals will not stop going in. We will keep scoring goals. We need Elijah to get a goal. We need Morris. The quicker our strikers get goals, the better it would be for them and also for the football club. Strikers, once they get their first goal of the season, it just clicks for them. It just, that form, that momentum, it helps them for the rest of the season, really. And we know that Elijah is a little bit of a confidence player. So once he gets his goal, his confidence will be sky high. He should have already have had 2 goals to his name with the amount of big opportunities he's missed with an XG of 2.5. But Morris, he hasn't been having many opportunities, and we need him to play a lot closer to Elijah Adebayo because we know he's getting the opportunities. We are creating big opportunities, by the way. We've missed the most big opportunities according to the data in the league. So once we start turning that around and start having a conversion rate of 50% or a little bit lower, because even a little bit lower would make an absolute massive difference to us, even a 30% would make a difference, then we'll start winning games of football. So until that starts happening, we may keep having this run of form, but we need to get our strikers scoring and it needs to start clicking up top. Number 2. A plan B. I feel like we need a plan B. Plan A will not always work in every game in the championship this season. We're definitely going to need a plan B. Whether that plan B is coming off the bench in terms of substitutions or a plan B on set pieces, because sometimes we can be a little bit too predictable, which we've already been, I feel like, this start of this season, especially with Doughty just doing the same routine. Can we spice it up a little bit? Does it have to be Alfie taking set pieces? Can it be a different player within the team? In terms of substitutions, can we make them a little bit earlier? Can we use our subs to change the formation or system? Can we move to a back 4 if we need to? I know we're very limited to what we can actually do in terms of adaptability because of the personnel which we've got at the football club, because we didn't recruit in attacking areas. But there are still elements to our elements in our play and personnel that you can still change up a little bit. So we definitely need to install a plan B because we're going to have to use it at some point. And even your plan B sometimes may not even work and you may need a plan C. So we need to have different options available going forward. Number 3, we need to be difficult at home now. For the last, it's been quite a while now, I don't think Luton is a fortress like it used to be. And we need to install that back. We kind of really missed that. Since Nathan Jones, we just haven't been the best at home. Of course, yes, we were in the Premier League. But even this season, we've lost both of our home games. It hasn't been quite good enough. So we need to make Luton intimidating again. We need to make it aggressive. We need to make it quite horrible for players to come here. Because we haven't really been doing that. As fans, maybe the style of football doesn't help sometimes, but we need to install that back into the football club. And Rob Edwards can do that by winning games of football. So he starts doing that, and I'm sure we can become difficult. But even then, even the elements of our play, we sometimes allow teams to have, run away with a victory. We need to make it really, really difficult for the opponents. And we need to figure out how to do that more often, because I feel like clubs are now coming to Luton thinking, actually, it's quite easy to get points here. And we need to change that, especially if we want to get promoted by the end of the season. Number 4, consistent backline. The last couple of seasons now, it's been really poor in terms of defensive side of things. Actually, that's a lie. The season which we got promoted, we had a very consistent backline. But the season before that, it wasn't a consistent backline. In the Premier League, it was definitely not a consistent backline. And obviously, since the start of this year, it has moved about a little bit. We need to have a consistent defence. For me, it helps form partnerships, it helps form relationships, they understand each other a lot better. And I feel like you can become stronger defensively when you've got a consistent backline. The moment that kind of, I guess, gets destroyed a little bit, you start leaking goals, you concede stupid goals, mistakes happen, and then you start losing games of football, which you don't need to lose. So we need to install a consistent backline. Teams that have a consistent backline get promoted, win league titles. We had a consistent backline when we won promotion to the Premier League. It was the same defence week in, week out. We knew who was going to play. So we kind of need to bring that back again. And that does mean players need to stay fit and not get injured. And finally, the last thing which I believe Rob Edwards needs to do is get the best out of Baptiste. Now, I picked Baptiste out because for me, I don't think gets the plaudits he deserves. And I think he gets overlooked by a lot of other fans, by other clubs. For me, on his day, he can destroy any team. He's got the quality, he's got the ability to. I think we need to get it out of him, and Edwards needs to find a way, whether that's pushing him more further forward, going into these next couple of games, giving him more of a freedom role, especially with the likes of Nakamba and Tom Krause coming back. They can be the more defensive side of things and do the doggy work, and that allows Baptiste to, be creative and dictate the play. For me, he's the closest we've got to a Barkley. His quality is unbelievable. His dribbling is honestly amazing, and his technical ability is really good, and also his passing range. He needs to get more goals and assists to his name, of course, and he's already been involved in 2 of our goals so far this season. He was massively involved in both moves. He's going to be the one for me that's going to help us tick and create all these goals for us this season. So we need to get the best out of him. You get the best out of Baptiste, make him perform 10 out of 10 most weeks, we get promoted. It's as simple as that for me. Wild claim, I know, but for me, I love watching him play, and I was super delighted that we signed him. There's a player there, we need to get out of him. So yeah, those are my thoughts, guys. Those are my 5 things which I believe Rob Edwards needs to start doing in order to turn the form around here at Luton. Let me know what you believe he needs to start doing. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next video.